Chapter 6 The Next Big Thing. When Philo and I get to the office, Manny's already there. I smell pizza. Manny is eating a slice. Sales figures look good, Manny says, staring at his computer. Especially in South America, which is a little surprising since I thought they only loved to play soccer down there. Philo sniffs around, then settles into his bed in the corner. I hit the punching bag. Whap! Manny, we need to talk. I'm pretty sure that's what we're doing right now, he says, still staring at his computer. I sit down next to him. No, we need to really talk about something important. Manny finally looks up from his screen, surprised. What could possibly be more important than sales figures? The whole thing, I say, spreading my arms open. I want to talk about the whole thing. He's confused. What whole thing? Then he looks excited. Is that your next invention? The whole thing? Does it fix holes like in pants or buckets? What about holes in hoses? There are so many possibilities. I shake my head. No, it's not my next invention. I mean this whole business thing. Sure Things Inc. Manny looks worried. What about it? I take a deep breath. I'm not sure I can handle all this. It was okay over the summer, but now with school and people coming up to me all the time, it's too much. Manny looks relieved. He picks up a small all ball and starts tossing it up, letting it fall and catching it. He tosses it almost all the way up to the ceiling of the garage. I'm tempted to secretly change the ball with the remote, but we're having a serious conversation. You probably just need a few days to adjust, Manny says. Today was only the second day of school. It will get better. Will it? I ask, getting up and pacing around. I thought today would be better, that everyone would have gotten over it and started obsessing over something else, like how Mr. Frankenwall shaved the shape of a chicken into his buzz cut over the summer. Manny laughs, thinking about the sixth grade art teacher's new haircut. Yeah, not sure what he's going for there. But today, even more kids ask me questions, I continue. Everyone wants to talk to me about their ideas for inventions. It never stops. I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Can't we just do it later, when we're older? Manny looks alarmed. He obviously doesn't want to just put the business on hold. Billy, lots of people are depending on Sure Things now. They're working for the company, and it's their job. You can't just take their jobs away. And who knows if people will still buy the all ball later. Things change fast. Yeah, I noticed. I say, thinking of how my life has changed over the summer. Manny thinks for a minute. You know, people telling you their ideas, that part doesn't really sound all that bad. I think about it. Guess you're right. It's fun hearing other people's ideas, but I just don't want them interrupting me all the time. Manny nods. That makes sense. I can see how that could start to drive you crazy. Maybe next time someone starts bugging you, you can think of a way to let them down easy. Never hurts to stand up for yourself. He walks over to his chessboard and moves a white bishop. He smiles. Then he walks around to the other side of the board and frowns. I guess it was a good move for white and a bad move for black. He looks up. Let me think about it. Maybe there's something we can do to make things better for you. In the meantime, don't give up on Sure Things just yet. And keep thinking about a way to make the candy brush work. I still think that's a great idea. He sits back down at his computer, so I wake up mine and check my email. There's one from my mom. Hi, Billy. Wow, mud pie seasoning? Cool idea. What other inventions are you working on? I'd love to hear more about how your business is going. Tell me all about it. When you do, send me lots of details. That way it doesn't seem as though we're so far apart. Love, Mom. P.S. Go, hyenas. I reply right away, telling her about how I'm working on the candy brush. Then I write about the Hyenas' chances of making the playoffs, even though their chances are pretty much zilch minus zero. Same as every other year. By lunchtime the next day, I'm beginning to think that things are getting a little better. I only got 5 loan requests this morning. Other than the kid who followed me into the bathroom to beg me to invent jetpacks, it's been a pretty normal day. Then I hear the announcement over the loudspeaker. Will Billy Shore please report to the principal's office? Ooh, say all the kids around me, assuming I'm in big trouble, especially because this is the second time I've been called down there in 3 days. Maybe this time I really am in trouble. As I walk as slowly as possible through the halls, I think about the announcement. Will Billy Shore please report to the principal's office? Why do they always say report? Am I supposed to walk in with pages and a binder, ready to give a speech on Huckleberry Finn or the Greek gods? You never report to anything good. Please report to the carnival. Please report to the water park. Please report to your birthday party. When I sit down in Principal Gilliman's office, it's pretty obvious I'm not in trouble because he's got a huge smile on his face. Billy, he says, just the man I want to see. He says this as though I just dropped into his office to surprise him, not because I was summoned over a loudspeaker. I want to show you something, he says. I think you're going to like it. He reaches behind his desk and holds up a poster. Across the top, it says, You better believe you're going to achieve. There are lots of stars and rainbows and fireworks, and the bottom 2/3 of the poster are filled with a picture of me. As if that's not bad enough. It's not even a good picture of me. It's my school picture from 6th grade. The photographer was trying to make me smile, so he stuck his tongue out. But instead of smiling, I look weirded out. So even though the poster says, You better believe you're going to achieve, in the picture I look like I don't believe it for a second. I'm not sure what to say. Well, Principal Gilliman says, What do you think? What's it for? It's our poster for Achievement Day, he says. Week after next, we're going to have a day dedicated to achievement. And I was hoping you might be willing to give an inspirational speech to your fellow students. What would I say? He chuckles. Well, I was hoping you'd talk about your own achievements with the everything ball, all ball. Right, the all ball, and about some of the qualities it took for you to reach that achievement drive. Discipline, dedication. Hey, those all start with D. That could be your speech, the 3 Ds. Or you could call it Achieving in 3D. We can hand out 3D glasses. Ooh, this is great. He starts scribbling down ideas on a big pad of paper. He looks so enthusiastic that I hate to burst his bubble. But I have to. I take a deep breath, and then the words just start tumbling out of my mouth. Mr. Gilliman, finding all the attention I'm getting really distracting. It makes it hard for me to concentrate on my schoolwork and my work. I got a lot on my mind. If I had to write a speech to deliver in front of the whole school, I think I'd go crazy. Achievement Day sounds like an okay idea, but I don't want my picture on the poster, and I don't want to give a speech. I kind of wish I could just be a normal student that day, instead of the one everyone's staring at and wanting to be like, or borrow money from, or punch. I stop speaking and take another breath. Mr. Gilman looks concerned. Has anyone punched you? No, I say. Actually, everyone's been pretty nice, but I'm afraid giving a speech might make some of them want to punch me. The principal sits there for a moment, thinking. Then he smiles and nods. I understand, Billy. Of course, I don't want to do anything that'll interfere with your schoolwork. That's the most important thing. And I don't want to make you uncomfortable. He stands up. So do I. Maybe we'll just put Achievement Day on hold for now, he says. Don't worry about it. Sounds as though you've already got plenty to think about. Whew. Principal Gilliman is actually a really cool guy. After school, when I get to the office with Philo, Manny's excited. I think I've got a solution to your problem. Which one? The one where everyone wants to tell you their ideas for new inventions. Headphones, bodyguards, a force field surrounding me at all times? Manny actually considers my last suggestion for a second. Interesting, he says. Personal force fields. I like it. Maybe it could shoot out of your belt or something. We could call it the avoid stuff belt. But what's your idea? I interrupt. The internet, he says proudly. But Manny, the internet already exists. Manny paces around, moving his hands through his dark hair. He does that when he's excited. Philo follows him, but he doesn't even notice. We're not inventing the internet, but putting something on it. We'll make a website called Sure Things Next Big Thing. Kids who have ideas for inventions will be able to upload videos explaining their ideas. Okay, I say, then what? Then, if you and I like any of their ideas, we'll email the inventor and ask if he or she would like Sure Things Inc. to take that idea and develop it. We manufacture the product and share the profits with the inventor. And we hope each product will be the next big thing. So, a website for kids' ideas. For inventions, I say, thinking about Manny's idea. I figure it'll take some of the pressure off of you to come up with ideas for more inventions, like the all ball, Manny says. But I'll still have the pressure of actually developing the inventions. And Manny still doesn't know I'm not the one who solved the problem of how to make the all ball. Every day that I don't confess only makes it worse. But every time I think about it, I chicken out. I need some bravery serum or something. If I couldn't figure out how to make my own idea work, how will I be able to figure out somebody else's idea? But I don't tell Manny what I'm thinking. Instead, I ask, and how does this solve my problem of kids coming up to me at school and telling me their ideas for inventions? Manny grins and hands me a business card. If anyone comes up to you and starts explaining their brilliant idea, you just give them one of these. I look at the card. It says, Sure Things Next Big Thing. Underneath, there's a web address. Well, Manny says impatiently, what do you think? Genius, huh? I'm not totally sure about the idea. I mean, I know it's brilliant, but the pressure of having to figure out a way to develop all of these inventions is a serious problem. But Manny's so enthusiastic about his idea that I say yes. Who knows? Maybe no one will submit any ideas anyway.